If you're watching this, there's like an 80% chance that you're probably procrastinating right now. So thank you for using me as your form of procrastination. I'm very flattered. Never introduced myself on this channel ever in my life, but my name is Angel. I've been productive for a total of 3 weeks already, so I'm kind of an expert. I'm kind of a big deal. So I have a YouTube channel that I try to post on for once a week. I also have a podcast that I try to post on once a week. I'm taking 20 units for college. I have like 2 organizations that I recently joined. Hopefully there's not like a meeting right now that I'm supposed to be going to. But anyways, and I'm also taking separate classes for tarot and astrology. Might be a lot for some people, might not be a lot for some people. For me, it's already a lot. And I don't really like to participate in the whole hustle culture, even though I probably already am. But it is very unhealthy to be overworking yourself. That's really like one of people's like top 10 regrets when they're like about to die, right? They overwork themselves, they don't have time for their family and their friends. So just so you know, so you don't end up like a bitter old man or woman or non-binary. I don't usually make self-helpy videos because I'm just guessing 99% of the time. So everything I'm about to say right now is mostly based on my own experience and helped me. If you're looking for a $1 billion routine over here that didn't work for me, I guess I'm not meant to be a billionaire. And also, I don't think anyone should be a billionaire, but that's for a different video. So first, I want to give a definition, my own definition of what is lazy. For me, being lazy is literally just saying no to things. So you say no to your schoolwork, say no to hanging out with your friends, say no to going to this, say no to doing that, say no to trying this. I think it's very important to dismantle why we have that feeling of not wanting to do something and wanting to reject. For me, what helped me is being able to define my surface level reasons and also my deeper reasons. For example, let's say you're being invited to go hang out with your friends. Now, I am an introvert. I don't plan on changing that at all, but sometimes I do find myself rejecting invitations for all the wrong reasons. For example, my surface level reason as to why I don't want to hang out with people is I'm too busy, I don't have the time, there's a panorama. Valid reasons. All those are valid reasons. My parents won't let me, whatever. The deep level explanation that I actually have in my head is that I'm feeling insecure. I don't want people to see me today. I don't want to dress up today. I don't want people to physically look at me, and I get extremely self-conscious, which is really not a good reason because your real friends actually don't give a crap about how you look. Another example could be procrastinating your homework or actual work. The surface level would be just like, I'm just lazy, I'm not in the mood, I'll do it later, I have other things to do, or whatever. You're just gonna have like whatever excuse that you're lazy, I hate school, I hate my job. But what I identified as a deeper level of reasoning, at least for me, is that I know when I do something, when I write a paper, I know I'll be challenged. I know that it's not gonna be as smooth as I want it to go. The ideas aren't just gonna randomly pop into my brain. Like, it pisses me off if I know that I can't do something perfectly instantly, which is a lot of pressure you would tend to put on yourself. Like, you want things to be done perfectly, you want it done fast, and you want good grades for it, and you want to be rewarded for it. And the slightest idea that that perfection isn't going to be attained is what's gonna hold you back and be like, I don't want to do this, I'm gonna avoid this. It's avoidance. Saying no, it's rejecting it, it's putting it off for a certain amount of time. And I'm literally so jealous of people who like can easily just do something without even thinking about it, because for me, there's like so much mind gymnastics that go into my brain that I don't even realize. In turn, what'll happen? You'll get pissed at yourself because you didn't make any plans, didn't get to actually talk to someone and build relationships, or you could actually risk the quality of your work. If you're procrastinating, you're gonna cram it, you're gonna do it at the latest possible time, not gonna be super good with the work that you did, gonna be very disappointed in yourself. And something that actually helped me is from another YouTube channel. It's called Truthless. Really love his content. I recommend him so much. It's very rare that I actually watch a straight man's channel, but I did because he is absolutely amazing. And he said doing nothing is doing something, which is something that I think we're all aware. Everybody talks about self-care and actually taking a rest. So we already know that we need to put rest into our to-do list. In a very material sense, or in a very physical world sense, while it is valid to do nothing, doing nothing is the only possible thing that isn't going to elevate you. Does that make any sense? It's like the only thing that doesn't actually make you progress. Here's a little analogy I thought of while I was editing. So think of it as like a car. Like, cars need to stop, or you need to stop at stoplights so we don't die, and for our safety, we need to stop for gas to keep us running. But what happens if the stoplight is green and you don't continue driving? Or if the tank is full but you stay in the gas station? Doing nothing is necessary, but it also doesn't bring you any closer to your destination. So this is actually super helpful for me, because at that time when I'm just like, you know, doing nothing, watching TikTok, laying in bed, I think to myself, this is the only activity that isn't going to benefit me. And that reminder just like dings in my brain. I'm like, okay, I need to actually do something that is going to benefit me. So this is the thing that I did for November. I called it No November. Basically, I said yes to everything for an entire month. Just so you know, I completely made this up. None of this is like backed up by research or psychology or anything. This is purely just my own observation of things, so just a fair warning. Actually, maybe I would also credit the movie Yes Man.
Once you leave this building, every time an opportunity presents itself, no matter what it is, you will say yes. Yes! 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 Yes!
But I haven't watched it in a really long time, but I just know that that's a thing, you know, when you're like not allowed to say no to anything. I just having my own Jim Carrey moment, okay?
Make me believe it! Yes! Yes! Yes!
So when you hear I didn't say no to anything, or I said yes to anything for an entire month, you probably think that I said yes to like taking my pants off in public, shitting in public, doing drugs, doing all the careless shit. No, I didn't, okay? Don't take everything so literally. So I set very specific rules for it. So I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want anybody to abuse it, and also for me to realize and to actually like kind of mentally count how many things I do say no to, like the most simple things. So I also wouldn't say yes to anything that is like contradictory to my morals, and I also didn't say yes to anything that would obviously harm myself, my health, my money, my safety, you know, the obvious things. So here are the things I learned in my 1 month of not saying no to anything, unless it's like extremely impossible. So the first one is I learned that I say no to a lot of things. I say no to the most simple things. I say no to being given a cookie, getting interviewed by someone, collaborations, friends, or I just say no to so many things. In turn, when I did start saying yes, I realized that I don't overthink everything as much, and now it's literally already December and I didn't overthink anything as much as I usually would. Usually when I'm like doing my makeup, I'm like overthinking for like an hour. Like literally I'm just talking myself out of filming a video. I'm talking myself out of even continuing doing my makeup. When you start to say yes to like physical things, you also start to have like a more yes mentality, like inward too. Like you already start to realize, oh wait, I'm self-sabotaging myself right now. Wow. And I feel like it's a very unique approach to something, because it just blocks out everything. Like just stop saying no, just say yes. And I'm a Capricorn, so I'm very competitive. I like to turn everything into a competition, so I'm having like an internal competition with myself. Kind of toxic, I don't know. When you're being that competitive, kind of like start to be like, okay, I have to say yes, because my pride is at stake. Even if I'm not in competition with anybody, I'm like, this is my challenge. I challenged myself, and I'm like, I'm not gonna back down from a challenge. I also realized that I stopped being grateful for a lot of things. I stopped being grateful for the opportunities I was given. I started being ungrateful for like the friends or the people that were present in my life. I stopped being grateful for like the material things I would get. Like I would buy some new thing and then I'd be like, okay, and like the thrill is there and then it's done. I somehow lost the feeling, like the first feeling you get when you start getting your first paycheck or something. It just starts being like the happy hormones just start to deplete, which is a very terrible place to be in, because you're just like, wow, you're so pretentious. That is so horrible. You should be like celebrating so much right now. So here are some things that I did during the month of November. I hosted this event thing. Probably would have ignored that and let it like rot in my email forever. I also got interviewed by some research students and also interviewed for somebody's talk show. Started buying a bunch of books. And by a bunch of books, I mean just 2 books, but I was like, wow. Because I usually just say no to books. I'm like, no, I don't want to read a book. I hate reading. It's not a thing. It's not my thing. And then I realized it was kind of just like my fear of failure of not finishing a book. So, or also like the feeling of like, I'm not smart enough. There are people out there who are such avid book readers. I I also started going on walks with my friends. Like we would go walk every once in a while out in the street, out and about, which I feel like I would usually say no to because I didn't want to go out into public feeling like I don't look absolutely perfect. I also went on a vacation. I had the choice to stay because I had school or I had a bunch of editing to do, but I went to the beach, which was very fun, which was something I highly needed. And I also have a freaking merch line now, which I'm gonna be talking about in maybe a later video, but that's all the information I have now for you. That is all. My throat is hurting because I actually got sick. This is super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I don't know how to do outros. Outro!
Your voice is different in video.
No, it's not. You wanna be famous, AJ? AJ! What does he mean my voice is different in videos? I talk the same. Di lang ako nagtatagalog. Pwede naman ako magtagalog kung gusto nyo.